Hey y'all, welcome back to Joyfully Homeschooling. I just was going to show you guys real quick what my home ended up looking like. If you guys have ever been around on Instagram, you will have seen that we had a whole wall here, right here where the fridge was, going this way, and so we took out that whole entire wall. So I'm just going to turn the camera around and show you presently what it looks like. But before that, you'll see this is the living room area. This is our kitchen. This is a mess and the little area where they usually do their work. And yeah, my walking pad got recalled, so I have to put something, I think the word unused on it, and yeah, send them a picture so they can return my money. But has anybody ever moved? And how did you stop your homeschooling? Yeah, how did that look for you when you moved? It is still the summer. I would love to move before the end of August, but like I said, you don't know what's gonna happen. We did go look at a house. We did really like this house in PA. There were some cons though. I don't know. So, I don't know. I'm like, are people still enjoying PA? Who's in PA? Do you like it? We were in the Stroudsburg, Bushkill area. The biggest cons is hubby's still going to New York. Some people out there said they take a bus that takes like an hour and then they take the subway, which I don't know if he wants to do that. So that's a thing. And then still kind of looking at places or options in New Jersey, but it's like a bunch of things. Like the taxes, they purposely put up the taxes on the edge of PA to keep people from trying to move all on the edge of PA. So believe it or not, on the edge of PA now, the taxes are as high as New Jersey, which is crazy. But that being said, the biggest reason that we were thinking is like, oh, the taxes are going to be less at least. Definitely more house. I feel like in New Jersey, they overprice these houses. The rooms are not that big. You don't get that much space. It's like you get a basement and it's not done, and then you still got work to do. So I don't know. It's just a bunch of whatever's going on right now with trying to figure out with the house. But it's moving along, and for that I am happy. All right, so when you walk into the kitchen, the first thing is that we really, really wanted was more cabinets. So that we do have. More cabinets, dishwasher, more counter space. As you see, my husband has his espresso blender, tea kettle, and this is a cold, what do you call it? Cold brew machine. And then more coffee stuff. I have his stuff for his lattes on the side of the fridge. And so then this dish rack, I actually just got this from Amazon. I love the fact that it can extend over the sink. So cool. And then this is the sink. Don't mind it because their dog bowls are in there. I'm not going to show you. But yeah, more cabinets. The microwave is currently on the wall now. There's cabinets above that I will never reach with my short self. And and there's more cabinets here, and then these are open. And for now, this is what I have here. Nothing specific. If you see, nice spice rack that my friend gave me to add to the kitchen. And then this, if you guys have not checked this out, this is the Wonder. And yeah, y'all, this is awesome. It toast, air fry, reheat, roast, bake, boils, dehydrates, and proofs. I cannot wait to use, and it has a steam function, so when you're reheating, you could put water in there and steam it. It's called the Wonder, but it's from our place. And so I also got extra racks, so if I dehydrate, I can have 2 racks of the same in there. So yeah, and then there's these guys down here. This is a big cabinet that just goes all the way back. This one is a Lazy Susan. The Lazy Susan is not in there. What's in there right now is my major appliances that I don't want on top of my counter. So, yeah. Under the sink. Nothing special about that. Then I have this cabinet that's opens up and there's 4 drawers in here. And currently it's like tea, dog food, my cups, my mugs, and my husband's coffee drawer. Because you have to have somewhere to put coffee. So yeah, they're nice and deep. And then up here, I don't know what I have up here. It's probably a bunch of junk. Yeah, the snacks and stuff that I just want to not be on my counter. And so that's a big, what's his name, too. Yeah. And then if you go this way, it's the island. You can see the living room area, and you can see the dining room, and then you have this little area over here. And here is more cabinet space. So I just threw my garbage bags and paper towels there because they're really downstairs. I just bring them up here when I need them. So more space. This one, believe it or not, has all my plastic bags in it. I probably buy one of these bulk containers from Costco's every time they have them. This is the one thing that I would love to change and do more of these, like, non-plasticky, but it's one of those things. That's my plastic in my house. So, and this is the crazy, I'm not feeling well, I need something. This is a brand that I have recently changed through and really changed out everything. Love this. This really works well for headaches. And yeah, these are all vitamins. I actually started using this by Just Ingredients. This I actually like too as well. I always have my liquids that I can just throw in stuff. And so, yeah, this is also something that I use, that I like. You probably feel the effects after drinking it for about 4 days when you feel like the cravings are not there, for like junk. But yeah, that's that. This is what in a quick 5-minute video. I also bought this because I'm a short person, and so yeah, that's what that looks like. And ceiling wise, everything is up in the ceiling except for this light over here, so we have to put that back. But there is lights. These are dimmable lights that we put over the island. It's not completely in the middle of the island. We tried, but the island is movable, so if they want to move it that way or put it back, they can do that. So whoever is here. So yeah, as I'm hunting and looking for curriculum for this upcoming school year, I feel like there are so many little things that they need to know about when it comes to like personal finance and just other life skills. And you want them to have a very good, well-rounded curriculum. And so I'm actually considering doing like a personal development and breaking it up into 4 parts for the year. So where it's like this year we focus on finance, and so I don't feel like they need like a full year of finance to a certain extent. One, because I feel like both of them are most likely going to take a business course in college because they both kind of want to be entrepreneurs. So I don't want to go too crazy because I feel like you go to college, you're going to get that info anyway. But just like, oh, I'm in college, how do I take care of myself, budget, do all those things? Like for me, I feel like that's important too as they get older and they're about to go off. Also, like, I'm trying to figure out how to deal with the overwhelm of like just trying to take the time to really focus on each child. And so for me, I have really dug deep and said, like, with my 8th grader, I know that I need to say, you know what, these subjects are not really that important this year, but these subjects are. And then I also am going to be looping him big time. And so I'm trying to set up our schedule to where all the major things are done before lunchtime, which would be lovely and nice. But also setting it up to where our afternoons are like full of hands-on. So like science, all our science labs we'll do like on a Monday. And then on Tuesday, it will kind of be like maybe like writing intensive day. Like I'm trying to do it to where those things that tend to be extras, like when you do English, you're not doing Spanish and grammar and all that on the same day. So I am trying to do it to where I can squeeze these things in like 5 to 10 minutes during another part of the day or something like that, and really stick to our core assignments, especially because I know next year we're going to be on a 4-day school week. We left one of our groups. The other group, we're literally going to be there from like 9 to 5. So it's going to be like a full work day. And so it's fine because that fulfills like a fine arts credit. By the time they do all their performances and all their practices and all the, it's a full plus 100 and something hours, especially with like the drama shows, and it's like the entire tech week and all the shows, and it's like, yeah. And that week alone they put in like 100 hours, so it's not something that I'm like worried about doing the 4 days, but I just want to be very intentional and very slow about setting up things for my homeschool and what it's going to look like. And one of my son's oldest son to graduate, he needs to take 8 courses, and so it's not doable, but I just don't want it to be like he does have to take 2 sciences and 2 Englishes, but what I'm trying to do is find the like not easy but not overwhelming, because he has to double up. So trying to figure that out, and like yeah, and even preparing for the SAT, like stuff like that, and like the comfort that I have now knowing like, oh, I can go here and get the SAT, me moving to a whole nother state. Not only that, with PA having to register and do all that stuff and make sure you're teaching all these things. And so yeah, that's a thing where I'm literally mapping out like subjects that I know I won't teach if I won't have to, but if I move to PA, I will have the resource of like, okay, I know what I'm going to use for this. So like even things like geography that we don't really do full time, or like a language. We have decided that we are going to do ASL together next year, which is cool. We are starting Gather Around Growing Up with God. We're actually going to do that this summer together, because I feel like we're at a point where we need to go, even though my kids kind of know about themselves and all the things, and I feel like it's still one of those things, like it's a constant and ongoing conversation. So and yeah, for me, as far as like reading next year, for me it's more so going to be they're going to be reading, but I'm really cutting down on that too, where it's like, oh, let me pick out the books. Like, nope, I'm not even picking out the books. So even for my 8th grader right now, because we're doing African American history next year, I want to pick out literature that's going to rely around the African American history. Like, we're going in, and I'm not ashamed about that. Like, no. So and not saying like all African American history reads. I just want it to be by a Black author. So whatever the book is about, like, I really want to do the whole, support in doing all that and with history. And so I would love for my 10th grader who wants to do the role to take African American literature at a college, but I have to see about that, because it's like I said, everything is so like crazy right now, and I'm just trying to get it together. He is a little not finishing things that he's doing, finishing in the 10th grade too. So it's like, as far as giving somebody a transcript so far, I don't know what that looks like. Like I said, I have so many things to dig into besides like, oh, writing an essay for college and doing all those things. And yeah, the overwhelm is serious right now, because I have 2 like coming close, and I haven't even thought about the Common App. Honestly, for my oldest, we might not even do the Common App, because he knows he wants to go to the Culinary Institute of America. So I don't even know if it's makes sense to do that, because CIA is more hands-on than John Wells. We did think about John Wells. We still might go do a college tour of John Wells University, but we shall see. Overall, all in all, right now in this summer is more so about connection, and it's definitely more so about getting past these emotional humps, and just like the screens, and honestly, I feel like it's going to be one of those things at a certain point during the summer, because we're moving. I'm just going to be like, oh guys, yeah, we got to cut the Wi-Fi, and they're going to think the reason is moving, but the reason is like, y'all need a break, and I'm about to cut the Wi-Fi. And when we move into our new house, I won't be putting on the Wi-Fi for like 2 months. So I have to work around that. I know when we need videos and stuff, I could use my 5G on my phone, but we shall see. We gonna figure it out. Yeah, we gonna figure it out. And that's what needs to be done. And honestly, for me, it needs to be like a good 3 months for a good reset, from all the things that I have read as far as like your brain and stuff. So for me, it's not a rush to get it back. And believe it or not, we went to look at a house, and one of my kids was like almost crazy upset because it's like, oh, you're not gonna let me have my games in my room? No. And I feel like last summer it got really too comfortable. The summer that I talk about all the time, where it was like, oh, I'm gonna take my time and do what I need to do for me. And in that essence of feeling like a solo parent, that was not a good idea, because everybody's life is different. And I will say, I don't even know the word I want to say, but I do know, as a wife, a mom, a homeschool teacher, I carry like, yeah, about 85%. And so, yes. And I'm not downing or saying anything, because I know people will comment and be like, oh, whatever. But I will say, like, I carry 85% of this house. And I've been doing that for years. There's like, I sit with the fact that there's really no break for me, and this is what I choose. But yeah, it is what it is. And so I know you probably are all saying like, none of us get a break. All right, guys, check you out in my next video. Bye.